Hey everybody, it's the Artful Codger. I thought I would do a quick presentation on my record keeping for indoor growing. This is not rocket science, obviously. A lot of people just, use a desk calendar or a pad of paper or whatever. I ended up doing something a little more complicated, and I thought I would show it to you and just explain why I do what I do and make it available if you want to try it. Okay, so let's see here. So I guess the first question is why keep a calendar? You want to do it so that when you're gardening, you know what you did, looking backwards, and looking forwards, you know what to do next, and just so you can make good decisions for your grows. What I track when I do this, I track watering, feeding, I track my runoff ppms, CalMag, and microbes that I add, molasses, and then transplanting into different size pots, any adjustments I make to the lights or the environment, and also Spartaing any underperformers and kicking anybody who's not a rock star off the mountain because I ain't got time for that. Um, all right, you know what? We're just gonna dig right into this, and I'll show you what my template looks like. It looks a little crazy, I understand, but there's method to my madness, and I just want to show you what's happening. So if you look in this area, you can see that there's a calendar. There's actually two calendars. Across the top of this grid is a date calendar up here where you can see the month and the day of the month. And then down here, you can see that there's a grow calendar that shows the the week and the day by phase. So like this little arrow here is indicates what today is. So this is March 20th. And you can see that I'm in week one, day four of flower on this particular grow that I'm tracking with this spreadsheet. Um, so that's sort of the first level is it's a calendar. Um, then I have two areas here. Um, I've got a kind of event area that just shows when different things happened. And then I've got a description area down here that gets into a little more detail about what I did. So if right here, you can see that on the 18th of March, which is 2 days ago, it's easy to tell because you can see this indicator. Um, I watered plant number two, right? And it's got a purple border around it. So that means that I added microbes. You can use any codes, any formatting you want to on this thing. You can track whatever you want to. I happen to track a certain set of things because I want to be able to look at this grid and quickly understand when the last time I watered was, when the last time I fed was, when the last time I transplanted was, what size pot they're in, what phase and day I'm in the grow. And so if you look up here at the key, you can see that the letter codes I use W for water, F for feed, X for transplant. I black out the box if I cull an underperformer. Sparta for those of us who follow Welcome to the Grow Tent. Um, and then the boxes themselves, I have different colors. So yellow is a starter plug, uh, pink is a solo cup, light green is a 1 gallon, and light purple is 5 gallon. And again, obviously, you can make those whatever you want. You can use whatever size pots you like. I just like to be able to see very quickly the status of my grow. And the reason I think it's important to separate like the fact that an event happened from the details of it is so that you don't have to read through an entire diary entry to figure out when the last time you fed was. I personally just want to be able to look at this thing quickly, look back and see, okay, today's the 20th and I fed on the 8th, right? So I fed 12 days ago. And I just want that to be a really easy thing to do. Okay. So I think that's pretty straightforward. Obviously, if you have any questions, you can ask me either in the Discord or in the comments. But just to show you quickly some of the cool stuff about how you set up, I'm going to go to a blank template. And the only things you really need to add when you set up the first time is you put in the start date, right? So today's the 20th. So I'm just going to put in uh, March 20th in here, and you can see that that's the start date of the grow, and it automatically calculated the start of the veg, the start of flower, the start of dry, and the start of cure using formulas that I put in. You don't have to use those. You can change those dates to whatever you like. If you happen to know that you're going to do a 6-week veg, you could just put in a date that's 2 weeks in advance. So, like right here, I could just put in uh, five. Let's see what would be 29, right? And then automatically it adjusts the start of dry and the start of cure. And you can see down here on the in the calendar, it also adjusts the color coding and the numbers to show how long this phase is going to be. You can also put in your own codes for your plants. I have 10 slots. You can add as many slots as you like, or you can get rid of slots. But I just find that I typically don't have a batch of plants bigger than 10. Um, so I just have those codes. You put those codes in here, they auto populate down here. So that it just makes it easier to set the whole thing up. You put in a date, you put in some codes, and you're basically off to the races. There's one of these spreadsheets for each grow. So each batch essentially. Um, so like right now I have two batches running. I have a batch of my veg tent and batch of my flower tent, and I've got one of these spreadsheets for uh, this is the one for my flower tent, so you can see all of the things that I did with that grow, and then there's another one for the plants that are in my veg tent, a completely separate spreadsheet. It just makes it easy. Um, that's basically it. What I like about it, it separates the events from descriptions. I can make decisions quickly. If I want to go and look back at old grows, like grows that are done, I can go back quickly and see, what pot sizes and how long I vegged and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, it auto populates all the dates and it makes the phase week and the date of the grow easy to see. Um, and that, my friends, is basically it. Thanks for watching. And if you want to try it, I made a Google Sheets version of it that I put at this link, which is bit.ly/artfulcal. And if you click that, it will make a copy of the template in your Google account, and then you can do whatever you want to with it. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Thanks for watching, and have a great grow. Bye.